Hello, we're here at Shoe Healer and we have a pair of trickers here and the customer was asking, when is the right time to get them reheeled? How far can I go on the heel? Now, I sold these trickers Keswick to a customer, David, about 6 weeks ago. 6 weeks ago, I should think it is. And he keeps calling in the shop, having a look at the heel, and look where he's down to on that heel. Now, that is just about perfect. That's absolutely fine. That he's worn it down just on that corner. The rest of the heel is not touched. Obviously, he's picked some stones up because that's what the Commando sole does. It picks up these little stones. You can just flick them back out, or you can go for the Ridgeway sole that has wider gaps, doesn't seem to pick up any stones at all. But the sole, look at this sole, he's hardly touched the sole, and the heel looks perfect except for this corner here. All he's done is wear that corner. But my customer does do a lot of walking, and he digs that heel in and he's worn the heel down. It's got those just at the right level for rehealing. So Paul, how much is a Commando heel, new Commando heel on there? 35 quid, yeah? You're giving it away. Is that including VAT? Yep. Well done. 35 quid for a new Commando heel on there. Right, so what will we do? Well, it's a real easy job. We just peel that heel off, machine it nice and smooth. Machine the heel nice and smooth. Here's one I've already taken off and machined it level. Bond the new heel on. Tidy all the edges up. Get a nice, crisp, lovely, smooth edge on there all the way around, like a good repairer should. And yeah, that'll go in the press, bonded on, Evo stick type of glue. And yeah, all done. Now, when you start wearing your shoe, initially the first bit of wear looks quite severe, as in the first week or so, because you've taken this lovely crisp heel and the contact area is tiny. It's right on that edge there. So the contact area is tiny, the wear rate is really quick, and it wears down pretty quick until it's worn to the way you walk, and then the wear rate slows right down. So the first half of the heel can be worn out really quick. The last half of the heel can take forever. So don't be in a rush to get your shoes reheeled.
Seems to be on the heel. I don't even think I could wear one of them out.
No. But you know, he's a stocky guy, and you know, he does do lots and lots of walking. Now, he did mention to me this here, look, you see that there, look where that heel stack just leaves a little bit of a gap there, look, can you see that? And what's happened is the heel stack is riveted, look, riveted around here, and it's just relaxed a little bit on these corners. So you get a little bit, sometimes a little bit of gaping there. What we'll do is, before we put the heel on here, we will just rivet right in the corner there, and it will just hold those tight and not let them happen again. But it's no problem. It really is. It's no what's the word I'm looking for? It's no detriment. That's the word I'm looking for. No detriment. Should it happen? It's just. You see where it's fastened, it just relaxes in the corner, the leather, after it's worn a little bit, and you put a bit of polish in there, but the heel stack's not coming loose when you see that. It's just, I mean, what Paul does, when he does a full rebuild, he marks where the heel stack's going to be, he machines this surface up, and he bonds the heel stack to the unit. Now, a lot of manufacturers don't do that, and that's where you get that little bit of creeping. But like I say, it's no detriment at all. Don't worry about it. Right, we'll get those heels put on there for our customer, and he'll be back on the road, all sorted. Right. Okay. So, Rob wants us just to do a little bit of this job on here. So, let's get those pliers under there. Rip this heel off in the bin. And that's what we're left with. What we're going to do is, just under these edges here, we're going to just lift it a little bit on the heel stack. That's it. See, on poles, all that would be machined and glued. And just get some glue under those edges. Same on this side here. Under those edges like that. And then where are we at for some rivets for these heels here? Well, just to hold the edges down at the front here. Would you?
I'd wait where you put the heel on and then drop a nail from inside like you would attach a heel stack.
Right, right. Okay, so that's dropping a nail from the inside to catch that and to catch the heel. Okay, so onto the machine here. Coat of glue on there without it being roughed up. Never going to grip. So we just take that smoothness from there. We'll give this one good coat of glue. They'll get 3 coats of glue, then into the press here, and then onto the machine to trim the edges off. So these are all jammed up. They're going under there, under the heater, and they'll just warm the heels up so they go on nicely. Heels have warmed up. The heel on there. Get it in the middle. Oh, lovely. Onto there. And then onto the press here. Now, actually, this heel is a little bit too warm to go under the press right now because I went off to have my dinner. And, yeah, that's got a little bit warm. So, the rivet that Paul's talking about, have a look inside here. We've got to just lift the corner of that insole up there, see where the edge of the heel stack is, and we want to rivet through there. Let's just put a little mark. We want to go through the edge there to catch this bit here. So we want to go through there, like that, where that is. We take the gazunka. Where is it, Paul? Is this? Aha, a new one, a new gazunka. How much? £150 for that. I mean, I know this has worn relatively quickly, but my customer, Miles, yeah, he does. Right, hey.
Mum told me 1,000,000 times not to
£150.
150 quid, yeah, let's hope I've not bent it. Yeah, that's it. That's right, lovely. Okay, so just have a quick look in there. Look, can you see the rivet in there? And that's pulled through and pulled this tight here. So that along with the glue, shouldn't lift again. And when it's been in the press, it will be absolutely spot on. A little bit of on my finger, a little bit of glue wiped on the inside of that insock. We'll do the same for those. They've about cooled under the press into there. Oh, I better put this away properly, otherwise I'm going to be in bother.
When you do the heels, do you only do the heel area to save the welt on the front? Because you don't really need to go around there.
Well,
you can sometimes see like a little like swoosh bit.
Good question. If all the edges around the shoe are marked and discoloured, so we just do the whole lot. But if not, if it's good, we'll just do the just round the heel. Because every time you do trim round, you do, as you say, take a nat's noodly off of the. Yeah, it is because that's where we need the shoe to be kept good, is keeping that welt good. Anyway, you see, it's a tough question. Stitching the welt and running out of welt, but if you're restitching a new welt. Hello, my friend. All right.
Good, you?
Yes, good. Got your new shoes?
Yes, I collect my shoes now.
Fabulous.
Thank you very much.
Ta-ra. Right, so the question is restitching the welt. How long does a welt last? How many repairs? How many repairs, Paul, can you get out of a welt?
Depends on doing them.
From brand new, you doing them?
Oh, 10 easy.
10. Yeah. How many times at the factory will they restitch through the little rib that holds the welt to the uppers and everything? I think it's 3 or 4 times. So, are you better off re-welting, or, I don't know, maybe you're better off re-welting until the last welt and then, anyway, Anyway, let's not put Paul out of business by saying, you know, one's better than the other, but that's something to consider. Why am I knocking this back down once it's come off the press? Because it's something we do. We just can't help it. It's like a natural reaction to just get the hammer and knock them down. Sometimes a press will press here, miss a bit at the front or at the front, and so once you give it a hammer down. So now we will just get that on the machine and machine it down once it's cooled a little bit. So I've just took the Stanley knife, not the Barnsley knife. In fact, no, I did use a Barnsley knife. Of course I did. I always use a Barnsley knife.
You doing this on purpose though, because you always use this Stanley blade with this video, and then I had another video on my phone of you unpacking some boxes in there, and you was using the Barnsley knife.
Yeah, so we do use it. We do use a Barnsley knife. Just go blunt, so easy, and Stanleys are good, really good. Anyway, I've just pared round this with the Barnsley knife and taken all the excess off. Paul's got a pair of Loke Design here, getting covered in dust. He's half soling these, so this is going to have a half leather sole, just a more economical repair instead of a full strip down. So we leave the heel stack, all the waist of the shoe is exactly the same, and he will have a half sole spliced in, all stitched round, and then it's having just the rubber section on the back put together. Yeah, that'll make a nice repair on those. We're on here on Paul's machine, and onto the rough wheel. Onto the rough wheel we go. Keeping it moving. Keep it moving. Then onto the smooth wheel here. Onto the breaster, the breast of the heel in there. Onto there like that. Super light on there, super light, so we're not taking too much off. And then over here, we'll have put ink over everything in our time. Onto the ink. See, the edges here are quite good. We'll give them a polish up, but they don't want remachining. So
let's hope this ink lasts longer than it did on my CDs.
Yes.
Me too.
Well, we probably rushed yours, Rob, and didn't let it dry properly. So we'll leave this to dry.
Already said too much in this one.
Yeah. And I'm going to do what Paul doesn't do. So we'll leave that to dry, and then in there, just across the breast of the heel, like that. And then we'll do the same with the other, and then it's onto the padding wheel, the brushes, and give them a polish up, and they'll come up beautiful. And that's your new heel on your trickers. Okay, I think that's the end of the video, yeah? I'll put a picture on of these done, but you just see exactly how that was. Rob wanted to make this a bit of a longer video, so I've done all the repair for you. But, you know, you'll have seen it all a dozen times. Anyway, fabulous.